Get optimized, get naturalized. Exercise, let your life get Mickeymized. Mickey Mehta,
the global leading holistic health guru. भारत में इक्विपमेंट फ्री ट्रेनिंग के अग्रदूत, 24 घंटों में स्विमिंग सिखाने के विश्व रिकॉर्ड होल्डर, भारतीय टेलीविजन और रेडियो पर वेलनेस को लाने वाले पहले शख्स, वेलनेस जॉनर में सोशल मीडिया की बादशाह, होलिस्टिक हेल्थ कैटेगरी में विकिपीडिया पर आने वाले एकमात्र एशियन जिन्होंने ट्रेन किया है बॉलीवुड के सितारों को, बड़े बड़े रईसों को, जाने माने नेताओं को और मुंबई पुलिस को, जिन्होंने भारत को कई मिस वर्ल्ड और मिस यूनिवर्स दिए, भारत के सबसे बड़े होलिस्टिक हेल्थ पोर्टल के संचालक, an author, a philosopher, an institution, the brand, the dream life coach, the legendary Mickey Mehta.
Hello everyone. Welcome to Ruby's Talk Show, Global Inspirations, a show where we highlight some amazing people who have been creating an impact globally. And today we have an amazing guest all the way from India, Dr. Mickey Mehta. Hello, Dr. Mickey Mehta. How are you doing?
How are you? Please don't call me a doctor. Otherwise, I'll call you a patient.
He is a global leading holistic health guru who has completed 52 years of yoga and a span of 41 years of professional run. He has bagged prestigious awards like Health and Wellness Icon by Economic Times. He received an award at Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav 75-year celebration from the Ministry of Cultural Affairs in Switzerland for excellence and pioneer in holistic health. He is an author of 2 bestsellers, The Shoonyam Quotient and Lose Weight, Gain Shape, and recently launched Immunity Plus with Padmashree super chef Sanjeev Kapoor. His upcoming books are Focus to Lotus, Curd Karma, and Woman the Healer. Research papers are titled Monumental Code, The Vedic Wisdom, Immunity for Humanity with Dr. Ali Irani, Yoga for Spine, and Grow Tall. He is also a leading columnist with Speaking Tree, been a speaker at Harvard University, IIMs, and IITs. He has been appointed as a FIT India Movement Champion by Sports Authority of India and is a part of steering committee at the Indian Merchant Chambers. Dr. Mickey, the columnist and the TV host, is also a life coach to Bollywood superstars, top politicians, several Miss Indias and Miss Universes, and the Indian Army too. Wow. Author, the poet, the philosopher, the brand, the institution, the legendary Dr. Mickey Mehta, who gets you energized, naturalized, optimized, maximized, wellness, revolutionized, and gets you Mickeymized. How this journey as a celebrity fitness guru start?
First of all, I am very averse to this word celebrity fitness guru or something like that. Guru is fine because guru simply means one who helps others, alleviate darkness and shed light.
Very true.
So that meaning of guru. Celebrity, meaningless, completely meaningless. We are all simple human beings. We are all ordinary human beings born to do extraordinary things for a simple reason that we have something with us called consciousness, which animals don't have. And this is not about clinical consciousness. This is about consciousness to create the universe we want to create. This is about being the magicians of our life. This is about being the masters of manifestations of our life and being masters of celebration. Yes, it brings me great happiness to help people be happy, smile, be cheerful, joyful through health, through fitness, health, wellness, and well-being. Because that's the single most thing which can keep you cool, calm, collected, and keep you sound and sane. So wellness is a great karmic business that I'm in. And yes, my journey has been a very long journey. So ever since I started working out 52 years back, to the point I started, this career 41 years back. It has been a roller coaster ride. Yes, ups and downs, because mountains and valleys are part of life.
Very true.
There have been storms and calms, because that happens to every ocean, and this life is an ocean and it's not a lake. Okay, so this life is a river, this life is an ocean, there is motion. Sometimes it will be rough, sometimes it can get tough, but that's fine. You should know how to balance itself.
Very
So
rightly said, very
I'm
rightly said.
happy that I'm chosen by nature to be in this position so that I can influence people for them to help them change, transform, uplift, upscale, upregulate their lives in
Mhm.
terms of immunity, energy, in terms of strength, stamina, in terms of courage, confidence, in terms of faith, optimism, in terms of creativity, productivity, in terms of vision, okay, in terms of ideating, in terms of intelligence, in terms of wisdom, every which way,
Very true.
in terms of evolution.
You're really speaking like a guru. The reason why I said celebrity guru is like because when people add the term celebrity, it's just that people who are doing a big thing and they're everywhere. So celebrity is just a status which people are giving to people like you for the simple reason because you're creating an impact. You're doing something which is different from the rest. There are a lot of people who are doing what you are doing, but it is not creating the impact is missing. But what you are doing is something that is bringing the change in people's life. And that's why when we're talking to you, when we're having this interview, the main reason is aapki voice reaches to the people. Your voice reaches to them and they get inspired, like, yes, we learned this from Dr. Mickey Mehta. You mentioned that life is a roller coaster. Life is not always same. Kabhi khushi kabhi gum. So tell us some of the handicaps or some of the obstacles that you faced and how you were able to overcome those challenges. You can choose either personal or professional, whatever you want to state with our viewers.
Early in life, obviously, this profession wasn't so well respected. So I would say way back in 1980, when I really started off, I started off as a masseur. I started off as a fitness coach. I started off as a martial arts instructor, and people used to pay piddly amounts, literally. I remember my first client as a personal trainer was Suresh Oberoi, and he had called me home. And Vicky Oberoi was only knee high, not Vicky, sorry, Vivek Oberoi was only knee high, and he said, "I'll pay you $300." I got very, very happy, elated. But at the end of the month, I realized that the petrol in my bike, which went inside, was for $400, as against being paid 300 rupees. So it was not very well respected. B, it had no position in the market in terms of regard. C, it was not well paying at all. But nevertheless, it was my passion. I believed in it, and probably I carved out an industry out of it. So I've been an industry leader in very many ways. Of course, before me, there were the Ramabans of the world, there was Talwalkars and the great people. But when I ventured into holistic health and started the vertical of holistic health, I changed the whole paradigm, the whole concept of the way people should look into themselves in terms of fitness, health, wellness, well-being.
Very well said. I mean, there have been a lot of people who have been creating an impact in different arenas. But you said that when you realize it's your passion and the petrol cost you more than serving the person that you had been to. So how did you convert this? What was the thing that changed? That was like a U-turn in your life that changed it and made it a little bit more meaningful.
I think there are two landmark achievements which happened to me. I will not say I achieved, they happened to me. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, nature blessed me with that. One was that Femina Miss India happened to me, and that happened to me in the year 1994. So the first assignment I got was to train Manpreet Brar. She was a Femina Miss India, and I had to train her for her to perform at the Miss Universe pageant, and she came the first runners up. So that was the first taste of success that I got. Number two, I had a program called Learn Swimming in 24 Hours. That gave me a lot of fame. That gave me a lot of recognition.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that, for me, it was packaging it. But when I was traveling abroad, I was working in Oman. The Thursday, Fridays used to be holidays in Gulf countries.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
used to teach people how to swim in 4 or 5 hours today and 4 or 5 hours on Friday. So Thursday and Friday. So when I came here, I said, why not start a program called Learn Swimming in 24 Hours? So I launched that program. So these two programs were my claim to fame. Then I started writing authors and started doing television, started doing radio, then started writing articles, and of course, rest is history. Then and I did almost till date, all put together, radio, TV put together, almost 7,000 shows in the last
Wow,
maybe 25,
wow.
30 years.
Tell me, after the Miss India thing and after this learn swimming in 24 hours, what were some of the USPs that you launched? Because I know that you have launched recently the Green Revolution
Taking a
also.
stand on holistic health has paid me off a lot, because that is one position I have not changed, because I really believe that health has to be composite. It's not complex, but it has to be integrated. And being in the space of holistic health has given me a lot of edge over the world and has made me pack in maximum. Today, I also consider skincare as a part of holistic health. I consider hair care also. I was speaking about meditation and vegetarianism long back. I was talking about yoga long back. I was talking about taking massages not as a luxury but as a therapy long back. So I've integrated all these things, and of course the philosophies of Tao, Zen, Tantra, Vedas, and the great philosophers like Aristotle, Pythagoras, they've all influenced me. Uh, Heraclitus, then our Bodhidharma, then Maharishi Mahesh Yogi ji, B.K. Iyengar ji, then of course Osho, Deepak Chopra, Sri Ravi Shankar ji, Sadhguru, Baba Ramdev, Mahansa ji. All these put together, I've always been an Ekalavya, a long distance learner.
That's very good. One has to be a learner because when you are open to learning, you're always doing new things because you're open to change. You're evolving as a person. So I can see when you were talking on the stage in Zurich, I was really in awe of your speech that you made. Very, very inspiring and very bang on. Because when people make speeches, सब कहते हैं मैं थोड़ा सा बोलूंगा and बोलते रहते हैं. या ऐसा बोलते हैं कि लोग सुनते भी नहीं कहते अरे मेरा नंबर कब आएगा but when you spoke you had people spellbound. Everyone was listening to you and they were like wow. And you also made some of your fitness moves, so people were just in awe of what you were doing.
That reminds me Salman Khan's song O Jane Jana.
Like you mentioned, back in those years it was not respected so much in terms of money, in terms of being known as a fitness coach was not there so much. So how your life was impacted by that, and what made you, or what were the things that made people respect you the way you're respected now?
I didn't do anything in particular to earn respect as a reward.
Yeah.
But I think me sticking onto the path of holistic health throughout and being serious about my subject has paid me off.
Very true.
I mean, is that something extraordinary that I've done? Certainly not. It's just my passion. I enjoy it. The day starts with that. My day goes with that and ends with that. Others, there have been hardly, I would say, 50 to 100 days in my life maximum, from the time I was 8 or 9 till date that I mustn't have exercised.
Okay.
Or I didn't have fruits, or I didn't play. So all these things put together. I think consistency, sincerity, devotion, but they are a part of me. I mean, I didn't have to think to be consistent. A person who is not consistent has to think about consistency.
Very
a person
true.
who's devoted otherwise to life has to talk about it. People talk about health when they are not healthy. A person who's healthy doesn't even need to talk about it.
Very true. That shows, that already reflects in the personality. I would really, really like to know one thing, how do you balance work and life responsibilities? Because, there are a lot of things that you are doing. You are an author, you're wearing a lot of hats at the same time, a columnist, then giving speeches or health, wellness, these kind of things. So tell me, how do you balance all these things? In the back also, I see this picture, which is my question. That's what made me ask this question. How do you do that?
As I said, that if somebody in the circus has to work very hard to balance.
True.
But if your life is slow, relaxed, balance is a part of it. You don't have to struggle hard to balance. And why do we need to struggle to balance when we can have the liberty of making mistakes? when we can live the life with authority of we doing what we want to do, course correct it, repair it, restore it, turn it the way we want to turn it. But when it comes to the literal sense in food, in exercise, in breath, in terms of wellness, then
Mhm.
obviously the word discipline is more important than the word balance. So discipline, but discipline also has to come with self-love. If there's no
Yes,
self-love, there is no self-discipline. You
very
cannot
true.
punish yourself for doing things that you don't want to do, and
Mhm.
that will not last you long. So better do things the way you like to, the way you are happy and enjoy doing, and tune yourself into doing things, being more aware, more educated, better informed, and taking well-informed decisions. And
Mhm.
I'm sure begin to love things which are good for you.
Tell me one thing. How did your journey as an author start?
I first wrote a paper on immunity,
Mhm.
uh, medical research paper.
Mhm.
And then after that, I spoke to Sanjeev and I said, I want to write a book. I want your help. So would you be happy to participate? He's saying, anytime, my doors are open for you. And that it just happened like that. And then I spoke to my very dear friend Harsha Patkal, who is a publisher, a Popular Prakashan, promoter of Popular Prakashan. And he said, good, we need to get an international publication for this. So we got HarperCollins on board. And so it happened. So I
Yes.
think when creativity has to happen, everything falls in place.
And when it's the right timing, right people, right things do happen. I think it was that something like that for you.
Right time, right people, right things do
Would you
happen.
like to tell our viewers a bit about upcoming books, Focus to Lotus, or Kurd Karma, or Woman the Healer? Any book that you would like and tell a bit about?
Let me first talk about my old books. So
Okay.
this is my Shoonyam Quotient.
Shoonyam Quotient, yes.
This has solutions for mind and emotional issues. And it tells you about spiritual awareness. Tells you things to do, and it gives you an understanding of your own being, your starting point, and your journey. It gives you a lot of resolves and helps you find your path and navigate your life. This book is very good if you want to lose weight for good health. So, lose weight, gain shape. This book has a 4 week of exercise, 4 week of nutrition, 4 week of meditation, 4 week of breathing, 4 week of chanting and philosophies. And of course, this we've seen Immunity Plus revitalize in 28 days. So it has 4 weeks of everything. But most importantly is that in 4 weeks, it gets you in tune with yourself. It puts you on the path of immunity, which then if you practice for the entire year and for your life, obviously immunity becomes your biggest gift showered by nature. Immunity comes to us by default till we disturb it. A child, 99% is born with high immunity because a child is born on this earth in an environment of bacteria, viruses, and germs. Okay, so after the first 7 or 10 days being in the hospital in the sterile environment, the child moves out to home.
Mm-hmm.
And every home today, if you see, forget India, you go any other place also in the world, there is dust, there is dirt, there are bacteria, there are germs. And that is nothing but the garbage humans are generating. Yeah, so the child has inborn immunity. And now I will talk to you about my other books. So the book Kurd Karma is about letting it be, letting it go, letting it grow. Another book is Focus to Lotus. So our life should be like a lotus in the muck, but not affected by it.
Wow.
Clean inside, whatever be the environment outside. And move the focus from the circumference to the center. And center is a point of evolution, and lotus is symbolic of evolution. Woman the Healer is a book where I talk about that every woman has a power to heal. She is more complete than a man. A woman is more strong biologically also. If you see the child, infant male child mortality rate is 5 times higher than that of female. A female is more resilient. A female knows how to pour, give, forgive, and accommodate, and she's more loving and more empathetic, more sympathetic than a man. So So how those powers could be harnessed into making her heal her own family, heal her own self, heal her own community, her own society, and eventually she can become a life coach or a healer and heal people through nutrition, through workouts, through breath, through meditation, through imagination, through self-control, self-discipline, through optimism, through faith, and it goes on. Through laughter, through songs, through dancing, and maybe just with a hug sometimes.
Wow. What an amalgamation of so many books that you have written, and each book has a very, very profound meaning attached. I think all these books are available on Amazon.
All three books are available on Amazon.
Great,
Please gift it to your friends and your family.
great.
And I don't mind hard selling it because for a simple reason that the message of wellness should be well spread, well reached as far as
On
possible.
a parting note, what will be your message to the world right now when we are all going through a bad phase, or I would say lean phase of COVID? You know, everyone is kind of in a shaky situation. So what will be your message to them to keep calm or not to be stressed or avoid the frustration or anger? Everyone is going through a lot of emotions. So what will be your message to them?
Seek opportunity in every difficulty. So because times will be good, bad, ugly. I mean, that's your perception about it.
True.
But life has to go on, no? So uh, one has to be an opportunist and not a pessimist. If you're an opportunist, you will make opportunity out of every difficulty that comes your way. It's like people say that when people throw stones at you, you turn them into steps to climb up, and that's the way to do it. So your attitude in life should be that of optimism. You should be faith driven, and you should be imaginative and creative. When these things are in place, you become unstoppable. Then it doesn't matter what kind of life is around you. So be that person, that invincible person, and trust me, the life around you will not make much of a difference. You will be the master of your life still anyway.
Thank you. Thank you. That's really a very, very powerful message coming from Mickey himself. It's true when people are going through an emotional roller coaster, sometimes they just lose balance. They know they have to have the balance, but balance बिगड़ जाता है. And there's a very thin line of difference कि क्या करो और क्या ना करो, because then your mind stops thinking for some period of time. So I think it's at that point of time people need gurus like you, आपकी बातें and what you are preaching, so that they can have that balance, because it's very important to have the balance in life, whether it's your mental balance, whether it's your physical balance or work-life balance, any kind of balance. ये बिगड़ जाता है तो सब कुछ गड़बड़ हो जाता है. So thank you, really thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us. Thank you so much for coming on the show. It was really, really wonderful to have you as an inspirational guest. I wish you all the best. And I'm really looking forward to have another session with you very soon, live with our audiences. Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you.